You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, Internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hey, this is John Preston, Marine Combat Veteran and Pacific Records recording artist. Just reaching out to have you check out our new album, Battle Cry, Songs of America's Heroes, an album featuring phenomenal other combat veteran artists like Scott Brown of the Scooter Brown Band, Ryan Weaver, Rowdy Johnson, just an incredible mix of people. This is all veterans telling our stories and our lives, and we're giving 100% of our proceeds to the Valkyrie Initiative to help veterans and first responders integrate back into society. I myself have battled with post-traumatic stress for many years and lost my own brother, a Marine Corps veteran, to suicide. I ask that you step with us and make this happen. We are in pre-order right now and release on March 17th. Go to iTunes, go to Amazon, buy. We plan on making the charts and making it at a very high level, and your support right now makes a difference. This is the release of my new song, Superman Falls, which is actually about the loss of my own brother, which happened last year, and I would love for everyone to check it out, to listen, and hopefully it'll make a difference in many lives.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Sometimes riders feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, Internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies with your host, Jason Marshall.
Hey guys, how's it going? Jason Marshall here. Thanks for downloading the show. What you're about to hear is a phone call between me and Kenny Bolin. What happened was we recorded a show the day before this phone call happened, and I get a Skype call from him. I'm thinking he's probably doing a show, and he's just calling to bring me in on something. It's going to be a real quick thing. So before I answer the Skype call, I hit record on my recorder, because one of the things we talked about on the upcoming episode is a lot of stuff to do with a friend of his named Jim Cornette. I thought Kenny was just bringing me on so Jim could yell at me for a minute, we'd have a little fun, I'd play it on the show, it'd take maybe 3 minutes, and that was it. I answer the call, and it was him and his daughter-in-law, Mayara. I couldn't hear anything they were saying, so I hung up, and in the background you'll probably hear my TV and my fan and all kinds of stuff, because I really wasn't prepared for this to be an actual show. They call back. He just wanted to talk and test out some mics and stuff like that. So it turns out to be just a regular phone call. I forgot I was even recording. Somewhere along the line, he said, "Man, I wish we were recording this." When he said that, it hit me. Holy shit, I am recording this. So it turned out to just be a full-blown accidental episode. I don't know after I edit how long this is going to be, because there's probably quite a few things that have to get taken out, but we were on the phone for about 2 hours. So there should be pretty good amount of show for you guys to listen to. And don't forget, this Thursday, if you're a new listener, you're going to enjoy this too. It's an episode of what I call martial law. That's basically the people's court for this podcast. It involves a guest who's on the show once a month. It's Mama Kate versus Choo Choo Stew. He does the Totally From UK Today segment for the show, and he's one of the hosts of the Cave Crew radio show that I've been appearing on. They're going to have it out in court because Choo Choo Stew didn't follow Mama Kate back on Twitter quick enough for her liking. You guys are really going to enjoy that episode. Think you're going to enjoy this one, and the episode that I recorded the day before with Kenny is going to be out next Monday, so you're not going to miss a thing. Hope you guys enjoy it. Here it is. No, Kenny called me on Skype, so I'm calling him back.
There we go.
See.
Turn on your camera, cocksucker. Turn on your camera. Turn your camera on. We can't hear you. Turn on your camera.
Where is he?
I don't know where he's at.
It's like one of those scams where an alleged woman tries to get money out of you.
You can't see me. I can't hear you.
Yeah. Well, can you hear us? Can you? Well, I don't know how you can't. Can you hear us now? You're fucking something
I think
up.
this is a problem on his end.
Yeah. We heard him for a second. We heard you for a second. We heard you.
Hey, you fucker.
All right. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us?
Are you kidding me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, hear you perfectly.
Yes.
All right.
We hear you perfectly.
How's it going?
Us? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
How clearly?
Really good.
Because these are the brand new Glengarry Glen Ross microphones. We just got these today.
They look nice.
They're even better than the ones we had yesterday.
That's hard to believe.
We were recording you a message. To send to you, but I don't know that we got to send it, and it was real good.
No, you called right. I was about to send it. Where's your camera?
But just as she was about, where's your camera, motherfucker?
I spent all my money on this house. I don't have a camera.
Are you shitting me? You and Jim Cornette are the two motherfuckers that ain't got a camera. Got more goddamn land.
You ever heard of renting?
See, I rent and I got everything I need. We talked about this yesterday, Jason, that fucking owning a home is going to fuck you over. Let me shorten our screen. Well, that blew us up. What did we do wrong? Maya, you have fucked something up again.
Yeah. It's
what?
The one with both hands in clear view of the camera.
Right.
The one that's holding a phone.
Here we go. Maybe up here. There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking to do.
Recently, I've had to explain to him that when he writes in all caps on Facebook, when he types in all caps, it seems like he's yelling at somebody.
And I've tried to tell everybody who knows me is that my vision sucks and that I can't see.
I just always assumed he was yelling.
He just seemed like that kind of person that would just yell about anything.
Or any of these. And so Maya's getting ready to. Well, she got her hair.
Do you see why I don't wear headphones? Look at this mess.
Yeah, you fucked up another set of headphones.
That's not my fault.
I pulled enough hair out of the tub today to create 2 cats. I had 2 cow and 2 cats. Because their cat upstairs ain't got no hair, so I almost made a mercy ride upstairs to give their cat some hair. Whatever this video is, it's got almost 100 million views, which is about how many the bowling alley should have this week. I have extreme confidence that we're going to pull in some rap-style followings here.
Jason, you got any family?
Yeah, I got 2 daughters and a wife.
How old are your daughters?
One's 19, the other is somewhere between 9 and 13, I think.
Somewhere between 9 and 13?
Wait a minute. Did I hear 19?
Lock him up. The 19-year-old might be a little old for him, but that 9-year-old.
Yeah, 2 years ago, she would have been all right.
I don't know if you were just on Twitter, but the hashtag 4-word disappointments is trending right now. And we tweeted banned from Jerry Lawler's restaurant, hashtag 4-word disappointments. Somebody responded and said, at least you're not banned from Golden Corral.
No, not yet. Not yet.
I don't know how you're not, because we bashed them everywhere.
Well, I don't. My guests do. all my guests really fuck over Golden Corral real bad. So you can see us, though, right?
Yeah, you look good.
I know that.
He's a good liar.
I wasn't asking for confirmation. I know we look good. What do you think of those new microphones? They look pretty good?
Yeah, I like them. Hold on just a sec. I'm going to turn the light on real quick.
Turn on the lights.
Was that an attempt to sound like Kanye West?
It was a bad attempt to sound like Kanye West.
Oh, God.
I was trying to
turn up the lights.
Turn off the lights. You look ugly, baby. Turn off the lights. We all look the same in the dark. That should have been a lyric.
It's not true, though. I've taken a picture of you in the dark, and it is disturbing.
Did. Here we go. Be with me. Here's what we're going to do. Turn off the lights. We all look exactly the same. No, we all
You're
look the same.
fucking it up.
Turn off the lights. We all look the same.
I suggest you leave the lyrics to Kanye West.
Turn off the lights. We all look the same in the dark. Yeah. If 4 of us were singing that in harmony, it would sound good.
No, we'd get arrested.
Or I would have to just quadra-track and have me sing it 4 times on a quadra-track.
The computer would break. No one could take that much abuse.
That's radio talk.
Who's your favorite professional comedian? Other than Kenny.
Yeah, other than me, the professional comedian.
I would have to, of all time?
Yeah.
I would have to say Mitch Hedberg.
Oh, he was good.
Man.
Me went to see him with Lewis Black.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a couple other real good ones there that night. Dave Chappelle was there that night.
Mm-hmm.
It was Dave Chappelle, Lewis Black, Mitch Hedberg, and one other real famous comedian who was very good, and I forgot his name. But Mitch was, God, he was good.
I went to see him. I never heard of him before.
I saw him about a year before he died.
That was around the same time I saw him. Well, no, I think I saw him a little earlier.
You might have been here at the Louisville Palace with me and Cornette and a few others. Chris was there. Kevin Thieneman went with us. We also went and saw George Carlin there, and Gabrielle actually went to see that with us.
Well, I never heard of him. I went with an ex-girlfriend of mine, and as soon as he came out, the place just erupted.
I had seen him on Comedy Central, and he tore the house down on there.
And it took forever for me to get my food. And by the time the food came out, that guy was so funny, I couldn't eat it. I had to box everything up.
That's pretty goddamn. Now, have you ever had a big plate of food set in front of you when I'm on, and the hilarity is just so extensive that you've got to box up your food and take it to work with you?
Every time. I can't eat the cracklings or anything.
No, you can't.
The cracklings. You can't eat cracklings unless they're from the dumpster.
I did tell Cornette you want us to come on, and what do you call that segment?
Martial law.
I fucked it up.
That's good. Martial law is really good.
But y'all let him know it's martial law. And I told him it's like one fall with a 5-minute time limit, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Give or take. I'll tell him one fall with a 10-minute time limit. That's your traditional jobber match anyway.
Sounds fun. The first episode was just a punishment. I brought Mama Kate on. And
you saw me light her ass up yesterday, didn't you?
Well, you had a problem with her before because she was the one that had
that way.
It was the question from the last guest, and she said, "What are 25 things that make you happy?"
Oh my God, that's a fucking shit question to ask something. I bet I didn't answer those either, did I?
Yeah, it took forever.
Did I? Do you remember 5 things that made me happy other than hot Asian teenagers?
Well, that was the first thing I was going to say. I think that came up twice, actually.
Real quick, this will have a lot to do on whether I come to see you or not. Is your daughter a hot Asian teenager?
No, she's not.
Fuck. All right. Guess she's safe. They're going to cut her some slack.
Is she black? Because then she's not safe. From me,
if she's black, Maya will be all over. Maya steals every black girl I hit on in a bar.
It's his running joke. Every time we go to Hooters, he likes to hit on all the girls, regardless of age.
Especially the black ones.
Especially the black ones, because they're just the prettiest there. The white girls all kind of look the same.
White girls all look like South End trash.
Right, but they all look kind of, the same. 4 times in a row, he would walk over to them, he would start talking to them, and one girl...
Now, he knows you're lying because you said I'll walk
that's right,
over.
they would walk over. He'd
go
like this. Hang on, let me show you.
He just caught you in a bald-faced lie right there.
He does this thing with his middle finger and his ring finger because he's too lazy to use the rest of his hand. He goes like that. It's the most pedophile thing that he does.
I do that.
It's called foreshadowing.
Is that what that's called? That has a name? I didn't know that.
So he calls them over and they come over and he starts talking to this girl named Chelsea. He says,
Chelsea was
has
hot.
anyone ever told you that you're so... And she interrupts him and looks at me and says, oh my God, you're gorgeous.
Yeah, you're popping the microphone again to put yourself over.
And this happened probably 2 or 3 times where the girls interrupted him to give me a compliment.
Yeah, they just totally killed me off in dead, and I'm the one leaving a fucking tip. And I said, oh my God, you're so, and she looks at mine and goes, you are so gorgeous.
It's
shaking my head like,
I'm a hit with the black bitches.
The black women just eat her up, man. They love her. Wish I was a hit with the black bitches. I wouldn't be sitting here right now. You wouldn't be sitting beside me. Not so black bitch. You're not so.
You'd be out singing karaoke.
Oh my God.
Talk to me, baby.
Please don't do this to us.
I lost my voice. I did this
to Brian. He does this
last.
several times a day.
I did this to Brian last, and he's so pissed because I sung about half a cake by the ocean to him, testing the mics. And then I said, get on Google Hangout. I want to test my new mics with you. You did that the other day, and plus you sang Cake by the Ocean. I don't need to hear that shit. So I got new microphones. Well, how many microphones you got now? I said 8. He said, goddamn.
Yeah.
So I got 4 more ordered. We're going to have 12.
I did like how you rotated the mics. That was fun.
I guess I have rotated them, haven't I?
No, you sent me a test video the other day.
Oh, when I did
you were singing in the different mics.
Oh, I cut a promo on Lawler, and I don't have the other 2 mics on. We'll pretend they're sitting here. I said, let me explain something to you, Jerry, how this is going to go down, because now I'm feeling a little better. I'm going to come to Memphis, and I'm going to bash your fucking head in. So I did that for Dinner with the King, the host. I said, pass that on to Jerry for me, if you would. So, that was my little test recording for him, but I had all 4 mics on, and all of them are up. So right now I got 2 of the mics like I had yesterday, and I got 3 more of these ordered in red coming, so there will be 4 red ones. I think we're going to do away with the color scheme. What do you think? I might even go 2 blue, 2 red. I'm not sure yet.
I like that idea.
2 blue, 2 red, Wildcat side, Cardinal side, heel side, babyface side.
I'm the... Oh, okay. I am.
Me and Maya both wearing the Monster Intunes. We're not actually doing the Beats by Bolin. These are the Beats by Tunes.
Beats by Tunes.
Meat by Monster. Maya loves monster meat, especially the black monster meat. She loves it.
He has this friend from Germany who travels the whole world, and
you are not my friend. Oh, you mean Oliver?
Oliver. He took a picture of a cake in a grocery store in Great Britain, and it said
by the ocean?
Dick cake. It was literally
spiced dick cake.
Spiced dick cake. Yeah. And I replied and I said, "Do they have?"
Excuse me. Spotted spiced. Dick cake.
That's right. Spotted spiced dick cake.
And if we didn't have these pop filters on right now, we'd be in deep.
And I commented on a picture and I said, do they have it chocolate flavored?
And they got chocolate flavored spotted dick cake. Doesn't have to be spicy.
I am writing that down. I got somebody coming on from the UK. I'm going to ask them what's up with spotted spicy dick cake.
Well, Oliver Kopp writes under Oliver Kopp writes under his. He says, "I'll pass." I wrote under it, "Maya will take 2." 2 spotted dick cakes for Maya.
I have a big appetite.
She prefers chocolate.
Poor Chris, you know. We keep running these jokes about me liking black men, black women, and he's neither one.
Yeah, he doesn't qualify as either one. But no, I'm loving the new mics. I like the look. We're wider screen tonight than I was yesterday. I don't know how we did it, but plus we slid the ottoman down. We sat on an ottoman, and we had it kind of leaning way to the right. And I told Maya today, I said, I will not have anything in my house leaning way to the right. So I wish I'd had that line last night, because we were really struggling for anything funny.
Oh, look who's here.
Look
my
who's,
white boyfriend.
What do we got here? A couple of whites.
We're just talking about how I like black men and women.
Yeah, we're talking to Jason Marshall.
Oh, hey, Jason.
Hey, how's it going?
He had a 19-year-old daughter. I said, "Is she Asian?" He said, "No." I said, "Keep her. I don't give a fuck." Chris wants to know if he can get an advance copy of the show, because he's dying to hear me talking about Trump and martial law, and we better get our fucking passports and fuck the guns. They ain't gonna do us any good. And fuck your goddamn 10-year supply of powdered milkshakes and beans, or whatever. But that got rather lengthy, and I was pleased with how I presented that. I thought I did a good job.
I'm taking you are not a person of faith like Kenny.
I forget. We coined a phrase. What was it? Atheist.
Atheist. Yeah, he came up with atheist.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, he came up with atheist is what
it's like blackish. Atheist.
That should be a TV show, Chris.
It really
will
should.
You do that one with me? We're all atheists. We're trying to make Maya atheist too. and Jason Marshall was a devout Catholic, but we swerved him over.
You're still going to hell.
We said you can either be a devout Catholic or you can be a Baptist. All right, I'll be atheist. I don't want to be that.
Yeah, neither option's very good. No.
So you're not getting any feedback on us?
No.
I can't get all the microphones on the desk, and that's when it's really going to look cool, is that when 4 of these are active and 8 of them are just sitting there. Looking like the press conference. Everybody says it looks like a press conference now with just 4.
You need to get mic flags so you can just put NBC and CBS and all these different things.
Oh, my God. That is great. How did not... Was you really going to say that, or are you just stealing Jason's shit?
Yeah, he was actually saying it in the background. He was starting to say that.
Well, yeah, we need an OVW one.
Oh, God, we don't want to be associated with that.
OVW press is here.
Really random, like the SEC network.
Me TV, it'd be great.
Me TV, they want the latest. What did you think of the last episode of Lost in Space? Guy Marshall. It was Guy Marshall's last episode. How do we do those, Jason? How can we get those printed up and get some random fucking... and every week have 4 different microphone labels on there. But the first one we do will be NBC, ABC, NBC, but we got to make it a point not to have Fox.
Oh, absolutely.
Or Fox has got one sitting way back there somewhere. Not to let those cocksuckers in the room, because they're no longer fair and balanced. I don't know that I can trust them. Most trusted, most watched is their new slogan. Have you heard that?
No.
Yeah, they've done away with fair and balanced because they said everybody was mocking it. Oh, really? Normally when you get mocked, there's a reason.
I found it interesting how they admitted that everybody mocked it, because I feel like males, especially conservative males, tend to be so fragile in their masculinity, and they always want to be so tough, right?
It's like someone hit me in the mouth. I got a blister coming up under my mouth.
That's probably one of the dogs. You do kiss them a lot.
I do.
Probably got a choco head bug. She lays those in.
Yeah.
You share every piece of food with them.
I do.
This dog earlier, so he got some coleslaw from Raising Cane's. I don't know if you know that place. And then Choco walks in, and she is the most beggy dog. She sits right in front of you with those big eyes. She wants every piece. And Chris walks in, and Choco is thinking about the coleslaw. So he goes, "Chris, look at what Slokey stinks of the choke slaw."
I I had a lot of various words running through my head.
I swear to God, the doctors don't think he had a stroke, but they're
The
lying.
doctors swear
I
I
was
never.
about to ask if he took him into heaven.
Well, Cornette was convinced I'd had at least 54.
Oh
my son estimate was in the 50s, so they finally had to run a CAT scan on this valuable piece of equipment I've got between my ears. And turned out everything was fine, no reason for alarm.
No.
Everything was fine. Slokey's fine. Don't worry about Slokey.
Slokey's fine. No, it's gotten so bad. The other day we were in Main Event. It's like this place, kind of like will you stop showing him your belly? Oh my God! Close your eyes. It's hard. It's hard to watch.
I didn't know the camera went down that low.
The other day we go over.
The camera goes down lower than you do.
We go over to Main Event, and it's kind of a place like what's it called? David Buster? Dave and Buster's, yeah.
Yeah, I like that place.
And they have a restaurant at the front. And so he's eating, and he's thinking about what he's going to order. And he decides to order the teriyaki salmon. So the waitress is sitting next to us, and he goes, I'll have the teriyaki salmon. What sauce comes with that? And she goes, teriyaki, duh.
Oh, no.
That sounds like, what's it called? What's that sauce you wanted? Tartar. That sounds like tartar sauce would go well to that. Well, tartar sauce. Do you guys even sell fish?
Y'all even sell fish?
She goes, you're ordering salmon, sir.
I wanted
back to back like that. I'm telling you, if that's not a stroke, I don't know.
I was just tired, you know.
I gotta know if you dipped your teriyaki salmon in tartar sauce. Was it good?
They didn't give me no tartar sauce.
Damn it.
What I said, I got no tartar. Now I got mayonnaise tonight from Maya for my French fries. They picked me up some Raising Cane's chicken. My back locked up so bad today that my son had to come in, wipe my ass, flush the commode, and help me 6 feet to my bedroom. All right, he helped me 6 feet. He helped me 6 feet to my bed. He didn't do. He was too busy. He was too concerned about Slokey having slaw to worry about me. And but I planned on going to Raising Cane's with him, but it was so bad, and I wanted to get out of here. I hadn't been out in a few days, and I was hoping. He didn't really offer a pro or negative state
I don't
about
think you can go too crazy on conspiracy theories when you have an audience like that.
No, that's when you go crazy on them, because that's when you're going to get all these
No, Chris, he's not Alex Jones. He's not going to go crazy on
by any
conspiracy
chance,
theories.
do you have the part where I really started talking to you about that? Because Chris is wanting to hear how I did it.
It sounded like you knew what he was talking about, and I can't believe it.
I think I did. I'm sure I got some shit wrong, but do you have something you can hit play on? Because I'd love for him to hear it.
Yeah, let me see if I can find something.
Wish I'd asked you that 45 minutes ago. 28 minutes and 52 seconds ago. My bad. Well, I've been trying to call you for 45 minutes if you can get your shit together. To the bathroom. I can't believe I made it this long. You and Cornette with no camera. What a crocodile. I bet you got a camera. You're just not a handsome man. I bet that's what.
Well,
you don't.
That's part of it.
Is your podcast called We Don't Have Cookies?
Yes, it is.
You figure that out, Inspector Clouseau.
Why is it called We Don't Have Cookies?
The hardest part was for me to come up with a name. So
Yeah.
I
will back you up on that.
I just kept procrastinating the podcast because I didn't have the right name, and one day I just said, fuck it. And I sat down, and I wrote any name that came out of my head. And then I went and checked to see if the URL was available, and crossed out all those.
Shockingly, it was.
That's not bad, but I'm going to warn you. When I come over, you will have cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Either that or I'm eating one of your dogs. Do you have dogs? Is that
No.
Rooster who has a ton of dogs? Well, then you need a dog, too.
I just got a cat, so if you like Chinese food.
Brutal. I do love cats. Has Kenny told you about, I'm sure he told you about Mozart, the dog?
Yeah, I saw a picture of that.
Did he tell you the story before that with the cat?
No, I don't think so.
I don't even like talking about
Well, you claimed her on your Facebook, though, said that you saved her. So what actually happened, which was
That's
a
called
lot more
that's
exciting
called
to
lying,
us.
Maya. That's
The
called lying.
day the day Chris came home with a pit bull, the Mozart the pit bull.
The Mozart?
The Mozart.
It wasn't its own breed.
He came home at about 11 at night with Mozart, and the reason why Chris was kind of scared of coming home was because earlier that day, he had already brought home a stray.
Earlier that day.
He found a cat wandering on our porch at the front, and he opened the door just to kind of play with the cat, threw her some snacks, and the cat couldn't find him. Turned out that the cat was blind. But she found the door, and she just walked right in on our apartment.
If
and
this were a filmed 30-minute comedy, the caption would have said, earlier that day.
So the cat walks in our apartment, and she's super friendly. He picks her up, and I don't know any about this because I'm in the shower, and suddenly the door opens, the curtain goes back, and there's a cat in the water. And I was just like, what the fuck? Why'd you bring me a cat? And this cat is itty bitty, super tiny, and it's like 90% fur because all the fur was matted up around her to the point where she could barely move, and she was mummified. Wow. Which is why Chris named her after a mummy.
I wish that cat was mummified.
But I did not know what kind of shape that cat was in. So we kept her away from the other cats and the other dogs and all that stuff. But it was a mess because our apartment is very big, but it's very open. Like we don't have a door to our kitchen or our living room. So we had to put her in the bathroom to where she would be away from the other cat. And we had to juggle our other cat, Tucow, Choco, and the mummified cat. We had to juggle it around, and then later at night he comes home with another dog. And Mozart, even though he was incredibly social,
it looked more like a deformed alligator.
Yeah, it's just absolutely fucking giant. We joked about how if he were aggressive to the other dogs, how we would get him a muzzle because his head was so big. And I told him we would have to get a watermelon with a leather strap.
If he got aggressive, there wouldn't have been any other dogs.
That's true. He was very, very big. Luckily, he was not aggressive at all. Very, very social.
Choco
but we didn't
put him
know.
on his back, shockingly. We couldn't believe that.
Tucow put him on his back as well.
Tucow put him on his back.
Absolute docile dog. But, when you meet a new dog, you want to be careful.
Yeah.
Homeless guy earlier that day put Maya on her back.
That was voluntary, all right? Okay, so the story goes on, though. This homeless guy, he did not put me on my back. He was white. And he wanted to give Chris a dog. I'm sure you've heard the story. Chris went to McDonald's. This guy starts breaking down. He's like, hey, take my dog. I can't take care of the dog. Crying his ass out. His baby mama was giving birth to a baby.
He had hitchhiked from northern Indiana.
He had hitchhiked from northern Indiana down here. And he was going to go downtown to one of the worst parts of town, really, in the middle of the night.
No,
that was the other guy. Just to U of L hospital. Yeah. It's a bad part of town. He was going to go there and leash the dog up in front of the hospital in the middle of the night. And at first he was going to do that, and then turns out his baby mama said that she wanted him to get rid of the dog not because he was aggressive or anything.
Do white people say baby mama?
Yes, they do. Low class white people.
Low class. All right, yes. Well, welcome to low class.
So his baby mama, she wasn't worried about the dog. The dog had been raised with the homeless guys. No, he had another daughter. And the dog, Mozart, had been raised with the other daughter. The baby mama wanted to get a brand new dog to be raised with her daughter because she was jealous. Oh. So, yeah, this is white trash for you. Yeah. And that's why they wanted to get rid of Mozart. He hands us the dog. Chris comes home. We walked him for like an hour. And I'm thinking about what we're going to do with this dog. Just kind of worried about how he does with cats, other dogs. And we happened to walk past a McDonald's again. And I saw the guy. So I said, hey, I'm going to go talk to him. And I walk up to the guy. And I was up there for 25 minutes talking to him. And I gave him an out. I said, hey, do you want the dog back? Did you change your mind?
Give him a chance a few hours later.
I said, it was probably one of Christopher.
Morons.
It was probably 1 or 2 hours later. And I gave him an out.
Idiots.
I said, did your situation change? Did you talk to your baby mama? If anything has changed, are you sure you don't want Mozart back? And he looks at Mozart, and he didn't even go to cuddle him, pet him, nothing.
No final
He just straight up said, no, you take him. Offered me his papers, like his vaccinations and that stuff.
Said his PayPal.
I would have loved to have that. No,
I doubt you would have. He was homeless.
And, well, he swears to God he had all this money anyway.
What he said, didn't he?
Yeah, and he even had dog food for Mozart. He's like, here, take the dog food, da-da-da. And so I took the dog home, and I was like, okay, well, find him.
And he also claims the dog cost $1,700 and that he has papers on the dog.
Yeah. Swears to God. And I didn't take the papers. I have no interest in breeding a dog. I have no interest in selling a dog. I think that's just absolutely wrong, especially when it comes to pits. So many of them. And so I said, no, I'm fine with the papers. I'll just pay for a vet bill, da-da-da. I wasn't worried about it. And so a week passes. We got this wonderful dog, a wonderful family, very happy in his new home. And the homeless guy writes Chris on Instagram and says, hey, I'd like my dog back. What? He said, nah, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. What, it's been 8 days later? Something like that?
Something like 8. Christ. Yeah, he said, man, I can't do that.
Yeah, he was nice to him about it at first.
The dog has a new family. He has a new he has a new home. On top of that, the dog's name was initially Killa. And despite the name being absolutely ridiculous, the dog did not listen to it. So it wasn't even a choice to say no.
Sense.
The dog had more sense.
He started answering to his new name in 5 4 hours?
It was something like that.
4 or 5 hours. The dog was answering to Mozart.
And
he would turn his head when he heard Mozart.
And we were walking Mozart, and I was calling him Killer, 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 but he knew that he wasn't going to live his whole life on welfare, so he wasn't going to listen to that name.
I wanted to name him Kisser because it sounded a lot like Killer, but much friendlier and much easier to give away.
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh, it's Kisser.
Yeah, Kisser would have been cute. But Chris just came up with Mozart, and it just really...
Whoa, how did you run into a friendly black girl at Wix, and why am I just now hearing about it?
We were walking past Wix at about 2 a.m. in the morning, and she shot up. She's like, oh, my God, that dog is gorgeous. Does he bite? I said, no, he's wonderful. She starts playing with him, and he's just absolutely lovely with her.
Are you a rabbit?
Thank God that dog don't bite.
We didn't have that information yet about rabbit hatred.
But yeah, this dog instantly listened to Mozart. So even if we had to give the dog back, if I had the dog, number one, I wouldn't give him back because his name is not Killer anymore. Number two, I wouldn't give him back because this guy is unstable. He doesn't have a house. He doesn't have an income. He doesn't have a family. He didn't have anything. And so this dog might be with him for a few days, and then he'd give him up to another person.
He might give him up again.
And the next person might not be as good as us.
At least we know we're going to get him a good.
So we told him, man, I can't do that. And he said... That's my dog. I got papers on him. I want to be civil, but you guys are not giving me a choice. So Chris went ahead and blocked him.
Gonna sue you?
Well, he didn't say anything yet. He just said, I'm going to have to.
Oh, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, Chris just blocked him. And so yesterday or the day before, I got a message on Instagram, which I didn't even follow this guy. I guess he found me. And
your reputation gets around.
Like I said, he's not black. I don't know how you knew. He wrote me and he said that he was going to sue us for theft over $1,000. He has the paper on Killa and he's going to take us to court. And here's the thing. This guy, number one, doesn't know our full names, doesn't have our address. If he has any papers on this dog, it's probably going to be vet bills. And there's really no legal grounds for that. I have vet bills on his dogs. Number three, we have the camera footage from McDonald's where we offered him the dog. He handed us the leash, so it's no theft. We also have a screenshot from his Instagram account
is she coming through at a good level, or does she need to back off the mic? Is she all right?
I'm all right. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, she sounds all right.
And number three, I took a screenshot of his Instagram, which is full of emojis, and it straight up says, cannabis connoisseur. And tons of pictures of him smoking weed. And then underneath it, it says, one of the realest. Like...
He sounds like somebody'd have a dog named Killa.
Right. He had just a fucked up situation, and this dog had no business being with him. Like, he loved his dog, you could tell, but that dog, it didn't even have a home. You know, I mean, it was awful, that poor dog. And he was just absolutely lovely. He needed a good family to take care of him. But
yeah, he's what we always say that when relatives die that we don't want to deal with anymore. He's in a better place. Got a question for you. Can you play that clip or not? You never did answer me.
Yeah,
you were interrupted.
Yeah. I can't play it right now, but I can get it to you in 20 minutes or less, I'd say.
I don't recall asking for it in 20 minutes. I asked you if you could play it now.
No.
Tired of being knocked out on everybody's radio shows. We're not doing a show, are we?
You are a cannabis connoisseur.
What do you guys?
Come up here, Brooke. You want to see a cannabis connoisseur? I got someone for you. Look at those eyes. Oh my God, you look awful.
I feel awful.
You look like you would name her Killa.
I thought he looked awful.
Her
David.
Slow
you know what?
He has the sound bar, and I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it. No. He got it underneath his TV. He got these brackets online, and they came without screws.
Yeah.
And so we went to get some screws. We were going to screw it into the fireplace. Turns out the fireplace is actually fake. It's not wood, so it didn't go in. And so he was going to get somebody to drill holes in there, and instead of just waiting, he took Godzilla tape. Is that the one?
Gorilla tape.
Gorilla tape. he took Godzilla tape. He taped it to the fireplace and he put the sound bar on it.
So Chris says it's going to fall. I don't think it's going to. But
well, it already fell once.
But I didn't think. Well, I didn't have as much tape on it last night. I've reinforced some tape. It's easily placed some high and
low.
The
tape is better though than his old place. His old place was covered in staples. Everything he ever had to hang, he would staple.
Everything gets stapled.
Everything. He had a
Those
canopy
curtains behind
outside.
Me right now, stapled.
He had a canopy outside because he had a tiny little porch.
Totally
He got this canopy and he stapled it to his roof. This is a shoot. To the point where he was almost evicted over it.
Almost, but they didn't get me. But the thing is that I had it looking pretty good. I stapled it inside the fence, which technically made it stapled inside my property, so I wouldn't affect anybody else. And it was draped over a giant umbrella, so I claimed it was an extension of the umbrella that was already there.
But those umbrellas were so shitty.
I got by with it for 4 years.
His umbrellas were so shitty that every couple of months he would have to buy a new one. And one time he bought...
Well, not that last one.
Not that last one, but before that he bought one umbrella in like 2-3 months, something like that. One time Jimmy comes over and there's a new umbrella and it is giant. It is bigger than the porch and it's bright red.
I replaced a 6.5 by 8 foot umbrella with a 13-foot giant red umbrella.
It's giant, and Jimmy comes over and he says,
my patio is only 10 feet.
And Jimmy comes over and he says, what do you say? Now when people fly over, they think you're sponsored by Target.
Yeah, when people fly over my house, they think I'm sponsored by Target. And I had people say that when flying into Louisville, they could see my umbrella when they were flying over people's house. They said, you are the only one in the goddamn city of Louisville that has a giant red umbrella on your patio.
Yeah.
13 fucking feet. And my patio is only 10 square feet, so I hung over 1.5 feet on each side. I was actually on the other person's property.
Side. Jason, you ever been to Louisville?
No.
He says he's going to come down.
Yeah, you need to see it. House is really nice. You're very lucky you never got to see the old place.
We honestly have not been in his trailer yet. We don't know how nice it is.
No, I'm saying this house is very nice.
Oh, this house is nice. Yeah, compared to the other.
He lives in a trailer. We don't want to see that.
Compared to the other. Well, I've sent Jason some nice pictures of the place, and if we could just move my $1.3 million home onto his 45 acres of land, we got something going there. This 1890s home here.
We're going to have to work out a deal.
Deal is you can come and see me and buy us dinner. Now, how's that for a deal?
I have a feeling the deal is going to be you can have the house for the exchange of your 19-year-old daughter.
You're eating.
Well, that might feel old.
You're eating 1/4 of the Nutty Bars that y'all got for $1.
Would you prefer I eat the whole thing?
Nope.
No, there you go. Being considerate here.
Rather you didn't. The other 10, and these two fucking tightwads bring me back $2 for the. And she said, "Oh, you're going to be so happy." I said, "What? You brought me the $750 you owe me?" No, better than that. I said, "Well, I doubt that." She hands me $2 worth of fucking candy. Oh yeah, this did it.
You ungrateful fuck.
You goddamn right. You owe me $748 worth of candy.
I don't owe you any money.
Well, Chris does.
I just bought 2 boxes of those today.
Show him the box. Show him what we got.
It's this crap. It kind of tastes
crap.
like shit.
Yeah, you're sucking it down like it's crap.
That's exactly what I bought.
Is that exactly what you got?
Yeah.
Nutty Buddies.
No, we got brownies in the other cabinet, and apparently she forgot because they're not all gone yet. Let's check my drink. Good God. And I used to be able to make...
Jason, let me ask you a question.
All right.
You know fairy tales, right?
Yeah.
You have $2. You should be pretty up to date on fairy tales. Do you know the fairy tale of that little girl that breaks into a bear's house?
No.
Little Red Robin Hood.
No, that's not her. That's the one.
Goldilocks and the 3 bears.
The 3
That's
bears.
right.
Yeah, the 3 bears.
Goldilocks.
Yeah. And,
my porridge is cold.
Nosy ass girl and the 3 bears. And she breaks into a house, and correct me if this is wrong, because we've had an argument about this. She eats their grits, she lays in their bed, and she drinks their wine, right?
She eats their oatmeal.
Okay, oatmeal.
She drink their fucking wine.
Pretty sure.
Not alcoholic fucking bears.
The little girl drank the wine.
No in Germany.
I'm pretty sure the little girl drank the wine. What else would you do?
Well, for a children's story, she wasn't drinking fucking wine. Now, you Germans probably told it that way. Somebody's been fucking in my bed. Somebody's been masturbating in my bathtub. Somebody drank all my wine. That's how the story goes in Germany. Somebody's been snorting my coke. Somebody's bet their lips on my bong. Yeah, that's how Little Red Riding Blow was her name over there.
Oh, you're killing me.
If Maya's my audience, I can do stand-up now. If I just sit at the table and tell Little Red Riding Hood.
This is not even close to the funniest thing you've ever said to me.
Get out. Get out. Oh, when Maya first got here, and it's the first time her and I had ever gone shopping at Kroger that I can recall. And she said, "Now, do we need to get some food for the animals? I noticed she's running low." I said, "Yeah." I said, "The dog's like this and that." And By the way, Sylvester likes Kitten Caboodle, and she loses her fucking mind. She thinks I'm making up cat foods now.
And he's in his handicap cart, just
cart.
riding around, and I'm in the other aisle, so he keeps screaming, "Get some Kitten Caboodle!
Have you got the Kitten Caboodle?" And she's just losing her fucking mind in Kroger in hysterics. I can't figure out what the fuck she's laughing at. And she's laughing over, I'm calling the cat food kitten. I mean, when she finds the bag and reads it, she loses her fucking mind again.
Oh my God, it's really called Kitten Caboodle. Oh God,
like no German would ever come up with such an idiotic name.
See, we don't have little puns and little cute stories like that for our children.
No, I can assure you, there's no.
We have
when Little Red Riding Hood's a fucking crack at one.
No, we have some fairy tales and they're pretty cute, but we have this really famous book. Every kid grows up with it. It's a little book of like rhyming little stories with morals and lessons, and
sounded like the three bears with the three drug dealers to me. Somebody's been snorting my coke. Somebody's been sucking on my bone.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't quite have that. But we have these little stories, and they all end in the children dying, and it's pretty cute.
Somebody took all my hydrocodone. Somebody been making meth in my bathtub. Yes, the three drug dealers. I think she's confusing that with the three bears. Don't quite have that problem over here.
Killa must have told me that story.
Killa, yeah, I think Killa told you that one. Someone's drinking my wine.
Yeah.
Let me know if you've ever told that story to your daughters that way. I'm trying to hear that.
No, I haven't heard that part.
Somebody got in her liquor cabinet.
Well, I always assume, she goes in and she eats their grits or oatmeal or soup or whatever.
Or whatever.
But she has their wine.
I'll accept changing it from oatmeal to grits to soup. I'll give you that.
I've always thought she had wine, and then she went to lay down because she was drunk.
She was drunk and passed out. Yeah, that's what happened. God forbid she just got fucking tired. She was liquored up, been fucking all day out in the forest. God damn, why are you not recording this? We are never going to do anything funnier than that. Can you hit record and it just records everything we done like on a DVR?
I started 52 minutes ago.
I hope you did. Bolin called in for a bonus segment he didn't know he was going to do. Wanted to tell the story of the three drug dealers as they tell it in German.
Hold on just a second. I got to get my curtains out of my fan.
Well, we all have problems. Got to get my fan out of my curtains is what I got to do.
I was telling Chris about this book that we used to read when I was a kid. It's just a little book. It's a kid's book. And it's these short stories.
Hey, hold on, Jason. I got to get a fan out of my curtains.
I didn't know what was going on when I first called in. I thought maybe you were doing one of your Facebook Live things. I hit record just in case so I could play whatever you called me. Yeah.
Did you really record this? Oh, my God.
And
oh, my God. This is gold.
I totally forgot I hit record.
You got to edit this down and put this into. I would beg you to.
This will be the Monday show.
And just call this the surprise show that Bolin didn't know we recorded. He called back in to be a smartass and bitch about his daughter-in-law. Hey, oh, by the way, one more thing that we're going to add to this hilarity that we have going here. Yeah, 52 minutes, folks. I found out Jason's recording this goddamn thing. Thank God, because you'll never hear anything as funny again. The three drug dealers, as they tell it over in Germany. I had a fan, not the one that's in the curtains. I had a fan named...
That's going to get edited out.
His name is... Yeah, well, they're brand new curtains. I can't even fucking around in them. What was Thaddeus's last name? Do you recall?
Wolf. Thaddeus
Wolf. She can say that part. She cannot say. She speaks 5 languages. She's born in Brazil, lived in Germany for many years, been in America for the last 3 years. Speaks 5 languages rather fluently. So I've got this fan named Thaddeus. He's brand new, and he's ordered, I believe, a book and a shirt or something, whatever he's ordered. And, he's ordered Beats by Bolin. So I told Thaddeus to call me so I could explain to him how to, because he's giving them to his 15-year-old kid tomorrow, actually, for his birthday. And I said, well, being 15, I want to make sure he knows how to handle those beats properly. I don't want him breaking them the first day he gets them, because you ain't going to get a refund if he does. So call me, and I'll tell you how to use these things. So I forgot I told him to call me. So Thaddeus calls me, and I see the name Thaddeus Wolf light up on my phone. And I'm going, who the fuck is that? So I go ahead and answer because it's a real name, and you can tell it ain't a telemarketing thing. Probably. Why is the red button over my face and not yours?
I was trying to hide it.
God, you're trying to hide my face is what you're doing.
I felt nauseous enough for tonight.
You could hide yours. Do everybody a favor. So, how did you make that small?
I clicked on it.
All right, I'm going to get back to this story. So, okay. Thaddeus Wolf had called me. I didn't know.
Pass me a drink.
I forgot who he was or what the fuck.
We're family. We share.
Yeah, we share, especially our women. And so Thaddeus called, and I said, hello. He said, yeah, Mr. Bolin. I said, this is he. And he says, this is Thaddeus. I said, well, that's just fantastic. What the fuck can I do for you? Why the fuck are you calling me? Well, you told me to call you. I said, I think that might be a lie. I said, I never told you to call. Who are you? Kenny, you told me to call you. Mr. Bolin. He corrects himself. And I said, for what? He says, I ordered those headphones from you, and you were going to tell me how to use them. They came in today. Oh, my bad. So I apologize for not knowing who the fuck he was. And then I go through and explain to him how to use the headphones. So Maya wants to know if so-and-so got their package. And I said, who? And she says the name again. I said, who? So say the name that you were asking me if they got their package today or not.
Thaddeus.
Did you hear that? Say it one more time.
Thaddeus.
Yeah, it sounds a hell of a lot like Thaddeus, don't it? So I'm sitting here, and Thaddeus has called me today, so I know that his ID's on my caller ID. So I said, Maya, hand me that phone. And I think she already knows what I'm doing because she knows he's called here for assistance on how to do the headphones. And then she sees me scrolling through, and it lights up Thaddeus Wolf. And I call him. Well, I know he's on because he was just chatting with me on Facebook. So I know goddamn well he's close to his phone somewhere. And he answers the phone. I said, Thaddeus Wolf. He said, yes. I said, what the fuck do you want? What do you mean? I said, why are you fucking bothering me this time of night? But Mr. Bolin, you called me. Oh, yeah, you're right. I did. So I said, Thaddeus, I said, I got a problem over here, and I want you to help me solve it. I said, my daughter-in-law, for whatever fucking reason, who speaks 5 languages, cannot say your name. He says, really? I said, Maya, say his name. So now, once again,
Thaddeus.
And he says, excuse me? And I said, say it again.
Thaddeus.
I said, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to teach Miss 5 languages here how to say your name. So, and I want you to do this just like we did yesterday.
Okay.
I said, okay. Now, and I got Thaddeus hanging on for the whole thing. I said, here we go. Say Thad.
Thad.
D.
Deed.
Not deed. D.
Deed. Deed.
Not deed. D. Thad. D.
Deef.
No, not deef. He can hear. Thad.
D's. D.
No, not dis.
D.
Not
D.
D's.
D.
Not don't give me some of D's. Thad. D.
D.
Just the letter fucking D.
D.
Thad. There you go. Thad.
Thad. D.
Us.
Us.
All right, here we go. Run it all together. Thaddeus.
Thaddy does. I just can't.
And she is really, I swear to God, folks, she's really trying. She is not fucking this up because she so badly wants to get his name right to impress him. Well, it ain't never going to fucking happen. So we tried for 15 minutes with him on the phone to teach her how to say his name. So then she actually tries to try it again. And how did it come out, Maya?
Fat ass.
Fat ass. Fat ass. Well, there you go. There's another customer ran off. You'll never buy any goddamn thing. Why? Don't be grabbing me, pulling me off the show. I'm blacking out. You're blacking out. About goddamn time.
Seriously, when I laugh too hard, I black out. It happens all the time.
She does. She blacks out a lot.
Oh, God.
Chogi so much. When Chogi laughs, she don't black out. She just hangs right in there.
I am so white and from Ohio. I used to work.
Well, Maya has absolutely no interest in you whatsoever. You are so safe from sexual molestation, it ain't even funny.
I used to work at a mortgage outsourcing company, and I would have to call insurance companies to get information on people's policies. Well, I would call up, and I would say, hi, I have a policy for Jose G. Moniz. And they would say, who? And I would say, Jose Jimenez. And they'd say, you mean Jimenez? And I say, well, it says Jimenez on the paper. That was 100% serious.
Jimenez on the goddamn paper.
You're not the only one. Sometimes names can be so difficult. And here's the thing. There are names and there are nicknames of names that have nothing in common with the original name or very little in common.
We talked about this the other day.
You and him did?
This is, no, me and you. This is a full comedy show in itself.
There are names that have nothing to do with the original name or very little. And for a long time, for example, Chuck and Charles, I did not know that Chuck was short for Charles. Where is there a U in Charles? Where is there a K in Charles? There's not. So for a long time, I didn't know that was a nickname. And there are other nicknames where we're talking about how there's a certain name like Robert, for example, and there are 4 nicknames, 4 possibilities for Robert. There's Rob, Robbie,
Dick.
Bob, and Bobby. Dick is for Richard.
Dick is Richard, my bad.
Yeah, well, not every Robert is a Dick.
No, the Robert I knew I called Dick.
That's fine.
Rob Dickin. Dickin was a Dick.
Rob Dickless.
Yeah. We did name him Rob Dickless.
And we're talking about, have you ever noticed how each and every nickname, the name by itself doesn't really have much personality, but every single nickname stands for something different. You will very rarely meet a white man named Charlie or a black man named Chuck. Chuck is generally more for rednecks.
Chuck Persons played for Auburn, and along with Charles Barkley, who was called Chuck. And those are really the only 2 I can think of.
Generally, when you hear
Chuck
of
Muncie. Chuck Muncie was a running back for the Rams, so I can think of 3.
Yeah, I don't know one of them. But if you go on Facebook and you get a friend request with somebody named Chuck, most of the time it will be a white, generally conservative male. It can be a liberal male, but generally white.
Jason, we're 1 hour 6 minutes into the show. We didn't know we were going to do. We need to take a commercial break because the dogs are going to piss all over the floor if we don't let them out. Give us just a few minutes, and then we'll wrap up this unexpected show. Sounds good. So glad you're recording this because I can't imagine that we could be this funny just trying. That would work.
I just thought we were going to do a Facebook Live thing, and I'd be on for maybe 3 minutes, and once I couldn't hear you guys, it threw me, and I forgot I even hit record till just a few minutes ago.
Well, I'm so glad you did because that was funny shit. And you're always fun. Me and Jimmy have 1,000 times wished somebody was recording what he called today, and I got him laughing so hard over him wanting me to work for Spec. He wanted me to work for Spec, and I didn't know what Spec meant.
Yeah, I haven't heard
and he says, "What the contractors do?" He said, "You work for Spec, and you get paid when it sells." I said, "What do you want me to do?" And he says, "Well, I've come across a 32-disc issue of a certain DVD, and I can't really advertise them because I don't really own them, but I've got 32 of these that a fan gave me, and it's a 32-disc set, and I want to sell them." I said, "Yeah, and what do you want me to do?" He says, "Well, I want you to mass produce them. But I just want you to mass produce 10 of each." He said that'll be a total of 320. And I charge him $2 per DVD, so that'd be $640. He said, "But here's the thing, I need you to work for Spec." I said, "Once again, explain to me what Spec is." And he says, "Well, Spec is when, Kenny, I've been trying to tell you, Spec is when you do the work and you get paid when it sells." I said, "Well, I tell you what, there's not much respect in Spec. I don't think I like that deal." I said, "So I tell you what I'll do. If you put a little respect on the Spec," because there was that rapper that kept making respect a big deal. "Put some respect on it," he said. I said, "If you'll put a little respect on Spec, what I'll do is I'll do them for half price. So instead of $640, you will pay me $370. Is that what that would be? No, it's $740. $320, right? Yeah, $320. So you pay me $320, I will do the work, and then when they sell, you can pay me the other half." I said, "That is the only amount of respect that I'm going to work for. So put that Spec in your pipe and smoke it." So he elects to smoke on that Spec for just a few minutes, and he says, "Well, I think we're probably going to have to come to a deal because I need these done. You apparently want your money." I said, "I want half my money." I said, "And then when they sell, you can pay me the other half." So I believe that's the deal we've come to. It's a 32-disc set of something that he can't really advertise. So there you go. And I don't know if I think Maya just took 2 cow out. Choco, who never begs to go out, she just goes whenever you let her. She was at the door doing monkey flips trying to get out of here. The one that's been on camera all night.
Yeah.
This thing has been totally on video, folks. You could see the beautiful...
Sorry, KLRN radio listeners, but that's the end of today's episode. If you want to hear the rest of the episode, go to wedon'thavecookies.libsyn.com. You can download that along with all the other archives. Tomorrow, I am going to be posting a special episode called Martial Law. It's basically the show's version of The People's Court. It'll have Mama Kate taking on Choo Choo Stew because he didn't follow her back quick enough for her liking on Twitter. After that episode, I'll try to replay some more of today's episode afterwards that you haven't heard. But until then, I hope you had fun. Have a great weekend.